Hello, everybody. I know we're muted. I always mute ourselves in the beginning of the stream. And yeah, we do go live on Saturdays. That is when we try to, at least. I do try to go live on Saturdays. It is a thing. Yeah. Hello, Quantum. Hello. Drop it in the places that need to be dropped. I haven't dropped it yet.
I have.
Thank you. I'm all gonna go to Twitter and repost it, as I normally do. What we treat. We live.
Trying to do as much of one of my assignments before we actually delve into it.
Oh yeah. No, well, to be fair, this may be a two-parter stream, folks. Just major reason why. There's a lot. There's a lot in this. And I mean that's a positive. There's just a lot going on. Oh my gosh. Our illustrious and beautiful Q's Hood Ornament has prepared us a document today. He's the one, the docket is prepared by him, so we're going to be going over...
Oh,
No. Well, I'm not going to put it on screen.
please don't.
But if I can get some 07s in the chat for Q's Hood Ornament, because he did a really good job, and I'm really, really proud of him, and I want him to know that we are all proud of him.
You stop that.
Don't be mean to me.
All right. So, Q, this is your document. This is your brainchild. What is today's topic?
Wait, the music's still playing.
Yeah, like, hold on. Actually, I'm gonna go get some of the drink quick, so I know I'm gonna be talking more than usual, probably. So 1 second.
Actually, let me grab my bottle as well.
I have a spitting of water.
I have...
Oh God. Thank you, Quantum, for the 50. Grifting money from your adult job, your adult minor job. How could you? Celestina, Axis, Chucklehead, Are You Us? Medley, Sage of the Winds. Chris Bratt, thank you guys for coming in. Yeah, we're going to be finally talking about AndyPants. This will definitely be a two-parter. There is a lot to go into. There is information on information on information. But more importantly, it seems like this is... this topic has expanded... I'll pause the music real quick. This topic has expanded far beyond what it originally was. And Q and I have talked behind the scenes. Again, for those just stopping in, a big 07 to Q, and I know a lot of people have been doing it because Q made a document. He is going to be guiding my hips. I've specifically stayed away from most of this. Very famously, Q showed me the debate between the Act Man and AndyPants Gaming. And Q, what happened when you did that?
You fell asleep.
Oh, I passed the fuck out. And it wasn't because it was boring. I was so tired. And Q was like, I really want to watch this with somebody. Can somebody be in here? And I was like, yeah, I'll be there. And I passed out. The running gag is I always pass out in VC. This just happens every time.
You don't pass out in VCs when you're hosting.
Oh, I've passed out when I've been hosting before. You guys just don't notice it.
Okay.
The last time we did movie night, 100% fell asleep.
Oh, right. I remember that now.
100% like fell asleep for like 15 minutes, woke up, and I was like, oh, this is an interesting thing. We're going to be joined by...
What was it?
What was
Go ahead.
It
I was
was
gonna ask, was it for that war movie?
yes,
The veteran hunting Bigfoot?
the man who killed Bigfoot, and no, the man who killed Hitler and then Bigfoot
Yes.
was the name of the movie. I still watched like probably 90% of it. Am I narcoleptic? No. So here's the fun fact: all of my friends and co-hosts are on a different time zone than me. I am the
I'm
furthest
only 1
in the
hour
future.
difference from you.
I'm the furthest in the future.
That's true.
Quite literally, I am
isn't,
your future.
Dew's the most future host.
She doesn't count. She's European. She's in the past.
Whoa.
It's like her future is technically the past. So we all time travel a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna be going over AndyPants gaming today. This could be part 1 of a 2-parter stream, in my opinion, because there's a lot to go over, and I can only stream for about 3 hours today. So let's get into it. As always, let's play the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Wait, wasn't that the
it's
intro?
Opp Block.
No, the custom intro.
We have the custom intro. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Opp Block. I am your host, Falgi.Exe, and I'm joined by Cat.
Hey, what's good?
And he's the loveliest, he's the strongest, and he wrote the document for today. It's Q's Hood Ornament.
Oh, don't talk me up this much.
I'm gonna listen. I promise that I won't put the document on screen, just for the sake of,
LG, were we supposed to have like a scene change?
yeah, I'm about to do the scene change.
Ah,
I'm about to. 3, 2, 1, 2. Pack watch. Hey, there we go. I didn't accidentally click the book one for once. I've done that like the last 2
I'm
streams.
very glad you didn't hit the book one.
Because I don't, so I call it, so my scenes are Pack Watch and Talk Watch, and I really should just name it Book Watch, but I'm lazy. Yeah, all you got was something supposed to happen on screen? No, it's just the audio. We don't have like an intro card yet. We are working on one. We're working on a couple different things. We are hopefully getting a new layout pretty soon. I mean, I know we are. I don't know how soon is, but it's coming. But yeah, so today we are talking about who?
AndyPants.
Go on. Take it away, Q. Tell us about AndyPants.
All right, so let me move this into a different window. All right, AndyPants is someone who was very briefly on my radar, because largely I tend to, I like to dunk on anti-woke creators. I think they're fun to dunk on, and not to like toot my own horn, but I also dunk on the overly woke ones too. It's kind of a fun time. I do a lot of shit posting. Just look at my shit. But anyways, AndyPants came on my radar oddly through YouTube, through the algorithm. And this was actually before where he blew up. In fact, I think that was the one where he was blowing up, and I was like, what is this fucking garbage? I didn't bother watching it. More the shame on me. I probably should have watched it and then laughed at it. I could have been on the ground floor of things. But
oh no, you weren't on the ground floor for us?
No,
How could you?
I know, right? I then started noticing when the debate started to catch off, and I was more interested in the fact that AndyPants originally took down the debate. Like he took the video of it down, and I had to watch it via re-upload. That's where you and I watched it.
Yes, we did. We did watch it via a re-upload.
So, in my time, like, watching this content, I've been watching game commentary for a while. And I've been noticing a, like, slow but steady shift in the contents being put out by a lot of these channels. And I kind of reserve this specifically for like the quarterings of the world, the neurotics of the world, that kind of really specifically only really covered
Mhm.
topics like Star Wars and Marvel and how those things are now terrible.
Of
And
course, of course.
yeah,
Guys, remember, Star Wars, like, just woke all the time. Killjoy, it's okay that you didn't get the ping. I ping you in spirit. You are the ping.
you are the ping.
Go on.
So, and it was usually reserved for that stuff. It wasn't all that big in the gaming sphere. And now you kind of see this, a lot of these guys who came from, I think a lot of these anti-woke channels or anti-SJW channels, as they used to be called, I think they probably came from the skeptic community or potentially the conservative part of Twitch poll, or I'm not going to say sector, but I wouldn't also be shocked either. And they're initially known for covering anti-SJW content. Well, that term SJW has kind of fallen out of style, I'd say, in the last, I don't know, 2 years. And it's been replaced with woke. That's now like the new buzzword. So, what used to be these guys covering Star Wars, Marvel, Star Trek, Doctor Who, Harry Potter, and injecting their own opinions on it, usually the same opinion that's repeated ad nauseum. It's been slowly going into video game commentary. What traditionally you would see from video game commentary was a lot of it just being console war fanboyism. So Xbox versus PlayStation, notoriously, Nintendo versus whatever, PC versus console, call it what the fuck you want.
Mhm.
That's generally what the content has been for the majority. I would say, I don't know, 60 to 70% of video game commentary content is literally just that. And the other 30 or 40% was generally talking about the games themselves, what publishers were or weren't doing, the occasional reaction to, gaming and journalism, or journalism and gaming, whatever you want to call it.
Right. Not to cut you off, but I think there's
No,
something
it's
really
fine.
interesting in this discussion when we talk about the anti-woke grift, anti-gamer shit, all this kind of nonsense, your new wave of your grums, all these kind of people, your AndyPants gaming. When you look at the disillusion and the dissolve of the original Gamergate movement, not how we see it today, but our original Gamergate movement, there was a very distinct delineation from when it departed from games journalists do not know how to game, and it's making this whole process a lot worse, versus
What it is now.
yes, it's, oh my god, they made this woman unattractive because they gave her buccal fat, or this, that, and the third. Or it's even more recently, people complaining about the newest Silent Hill remake because the female characters are ugly. Hey, the whole game was supposed to look uncanny this entire time. So it's that's a weird one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You didn't see that. I don't know. I would not gonna say you didn't see it at all, but I would say you saw a lot less about 2 to 3 years ago. Maybe even 4 years ago. I will say that Gamergate did kick off a lot of this, but it was
Yeah.
never as pronounced as it is now. Like, it's just, if you want to, like, just, want to look it up, just go into YouTube and just type in like woke game or game woke, and you will find just a never-ending list of
what
videos about
what I
that.
will say is, if you go to this channel called the Internet Explorers, hey guys, so there's this channel called the Internet Explorers. They're a small, like, little podcast run by these two guys, but they did do a Culture War episode. And the Culture War episode was very interesting because it went into a lot of the Gamergate stuff. It touched it because Gamergate infected a lot of content. it was very pervasive on the internet. So, this little known podcast, if you want to support it, maybe you should. I don't know them. Maybe they're funny. Maybe they're really cool. Hey,
All
K-Huck,
right.
how you doing?
Hi, K-Huck.
I know, I make a joke because I love them.
Yes.
But yeah, so I think that that's one of the interesting things when we talk about this is Gamergate really changed and then it dissolved. And now we have Gamergate 2 Electric Boogaloo. And Gamergate 2 is a really weird thing now.
They call it Goonergate, but yes.
Goonergate. Yeah, that's pretty That's because Axis said something really interesting that I do think he's right on. He said he'd argue it's been in gaming for a long time. It's just you didn't see a lot of mid-sized creators joining the video game culture war. It was either a big GG guy or a nobody. And that was pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
And I do think that that's very true. You've seen people here and there talk about it. People have their own, they spin their political beliefs to specific things. Like, very famously, the thing that I think about that came out recently, and I'm not even going to refer to the Lord of the Rings stuff, which I had no interest in watching. I didn't care that they added specific things or people of color.
Yeah, I didn't
That
care
wasn't-
they added different people of different identities in the Lord of the Rings. I wasn't gonna watch it regardless of whether it did or not.
Yeah, it just
I don't
didn't
know.
look good.
Yeah, I had no appeal to it.
Yeah, exactly. And the one thing that I would say was recently with Star Wars The Acolyte. The Acolyte had...
Oh, did you watch it?
I didn't watch past episode 2.
Okay. I didn't watch it at all either. I don't pay for Disney Plus.
Neither do I anymore.
I just don't like Star Wars.
Well,
Fair.
you can...
I'm more, obviously, if you couldn't tell by my name, my literal icon, I'm more of a Star Trek fan.
These fuckers. I'm sorry
I also
that you're...
don't like Star Trek.
Okay, then what do you like, Kat?
Yeah, what do you like?
That depends. Like sci-fi shit?
Yeah. Like The Expanse? The Expanse is good.
Like 40K.
That's
Okay,
fair.
that's fair.
All right.
That is honestly speaking, based and fair. Based and fair, Kat. Blood for the Blood God. Am I right, guys? Blood for the Blood God. But no, more importantly, one of the things with that was it didn't seem... It seemed like it was a lot more focused on telling a message through the Star Wars history than telling a Star Wars story, which is perfectly fine. I don't hate that. I think that you can do that very well. I think every point of media has a message to tell, has an overarching story that gives a message out. But that doesn't mean that you do it very well or you do it very poorly. I think The Acolyte was very middling, and Disney didn't give a fuck enough about it, so they just canceled it because it was easier. Because Disney is much more focused on numbers than they are on a message. Which, that's all companies. That's just how that is. It's one of those things where, because it's all companies, you should not trust anybody. I'll be very honest. That's always... And we'll get into that, because when we talk about the grift, and I think we talked about that... Oh my god, we talked about that with somebody recently, and I can't remember who. Oh, we talked about that when we were going over the 40K stuff. Where
right.
a company is going to... a company will just market themselves to new demographics because they want a new audience. They want more money. That doesn't mean they're being progressive or not because now they're marketing to women. It's that women are in that market. Is it nice that they are? Or is it nice that there are more jobs for women and more jobs of people of color and other minority groups and LGBTQ plus IA groups? Of course. But that doesn't mean the company is doing that. It's not like Hasbro, who is currently selling off all of the Power Rangers costumes because they're killing the franchise, was progressive for having gay characters. It's cool to see it, But Hasbro didn't give a fuck if there was a gay character or not. What they gave a fuck was, does it give money? That's all the bigwigs care about. And I think that's when we go into a lot of these anti-grift channels, or excuse me, these anti-woke channels, they do a lot of moral grandstanding. Take it away, Q.
All right, so I would actually call, so in the gaming commentary right now, you have a very clear delineation on who stands on what ground. And I actually divide these kind of into 3 groups, and I'll kind of break it down a little bit. The smallest group of channels that you'll find that they don't outright embrace the anti-woke line wholesale. They're not going to be a Ryan Cannell. They're not going to be a Geeks and Gamers. They're not going to be a Ed Minium. They're not going to be a Nerdrotic. They're going to be smaller channels, mid-range channels that have probably between 5,000 and 20,000 subs. So mid-range. And even some of them will probably be small by they're mid-range to game commentary standards. I'll put it that way. And it's an easy way to get a new injection of subs, or just you want to dip into that ad revenue just by, maybe not outright using the word woke or not outright using DEI, but you make enough of an illusion towards it that that your viewers, they know what you're talking about. And so I would call like these channels like Fratanga or Cassie Cage, like channels like those, they don't outright buy into. They're not like going to be the next Cabrutus Rambo, pretty much. But they do dabble in it. The next group, I would say this is where like a large part of these channels are. And they're ones that either are not either for or against the topic of whether or not something is woke. And this reasoning can be boiled down to this. Most of these channels have either completely jumped on this line of thought or simply don't want to talk about it. And a lot of these channels just ignore it. Channels like Matt McMuscles, Halion, Splattercat Gaming, I Finished a Video Game, Camelworks, Justin Wong, Maximilian Dude. These are all like gameplay channels, or they are like essayists, or they are lore channels. They're video game channels that don't really comment on it. For like I said, either they don't care about it, or they're not going to alienate one aspect of their viewership.
I will say this. Some of those channels will, but on a very light aspect. Yes. I could tell you Maximilian and Matt McMuscles because I've been watching them for over a decade.
I've watched Matt McMuscles. I like Matt McMuscles. I never really heard him talk about it one way or the other.
So I can tell you
if I'm wrong.
I could tell you, yeah. So I followed Matt, Pat, and Wooly when they were super best friends, and Liam. They used to have a channel, Super Best Friends Play. And one of the things was I recently rewatched, I think about like 3 months ago, I recently rewatched one of their David Cage Let's Plays, like it was a compilation. And the first one they played, I want to say was Heavy Rain. I could be wrong. It was either Fahrenheit or Heavy Rain. And the hard R was thrown around in one of the playthroughs, which was the first one. The following playthrough, it disappears forever. And if you've ever listened to what used to be the Super Best Friends cast, which after they broke up, Pat and Wooly do their own podcast called Castle Super Beast. They talk about it a lot. And they will talk about like their feelings of progressiveness. Like Pat specifically, I still follow him. Specifically, he will make fun of the anti-woke grifters on Twitter all the time and in his streams.
Who does? Which one? Sorry,
Pat,
Wooly?
Pat and Wooly will. They both will. Specifically, on their podcast, the recent episode, they talked about how some guy in Pat's stream chat was like, I really wanted to hate the new Silent Hill game because I love hating things and I can't now. And it was a whole big just like haha of people being like, you'll hate whatever you hate, but sometimes it just feels better to like something.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Mhm.
I know that Matt, Max, and Justin Wong do TKO. That's their podcast.
Yes, they do that podcast.
And I haven't. My mea culpa is in my time watching all three of those guys. Excuse me. I've never heard them have either for or against whatever. They've always been very neutral. And if I'm wrong on that, then obviously I'm wrong on that. But that was just coming from my own experience
I
after
know
having watched them for like.
recently in one of the streams, and it comes up every time. I've been watching Max's streams. He first started streaming like a long time ago. Um, and I've been in and out. There's like sometimes there's like one shitter, and he'll just like address the chat, being like, "Hey, we're not doing this. I don't like this. You don't get to do this. My community is for people who like games or will enjoy this. If you try to be a shitter or you try to say this shit is woke or well, it was something to the effect of like if you just try to be an asshole for the sake of being an asshole, you're gone. I don't care."
Okay. All right. All right. Well, I mean, that's kind of takes that point out of my window, but
No, but I do think that you have an interesting point where there are progressive or more progressive leaning gaming commentaries that don't put it into their content because their content is about gaming. It's not about reaching this new subset of an audience
it's not
that
it's not about the
Mhm.
culture around gaming. It's about the
Yes.
games themselves, which is what I was trying to say, which is what I appreciate.
Mhm.
And then the third group, the third group is creators who have fans from both ideologies, and I think I kind of view them as neutral ground because they tend to dunk on both sides. Now, I'm talking about channels like Oh No, It's Alex, Gara the Rage, Minxie One to a lesser extent. These channels don't really pick sides. They are aware of it and they do talk about it, but I would not call either of these like for or against. It's kind of just shit on both of them equally. So and you know, you can consider the Act Man, who many people say is like the ultimate fence sitter, which came up repeatedly in the debate with AndyPants. AndyPants consistently was trying to call Act Man a fence sitter because he would not choose sides. And honestly, I always thought that was a very interesting point AndyPants was trying to make. That he had an issue with someone who won't pick a side on a topic, and that is viewed upon as fence sitting. Well, why does it have, I never understood that whole point. Like, if you comment on the games around or the politics around games, why do you yourself have to let everyone know how you personally feel about something? So it was always very much of a you have to choose one way or the other, and my always response is why? Why do you care? And that seems to be a big part of Andy Pants' whole rhetoric, is that you have to stand on some kind of this side or this side or that side. Otherwise, you are viewed as a fence sitter and a grifter. Where I would say, what does it matter what their personal opinion is, so long as they're talking about the game themselves or the politics around a game or the culture itself? Like, what does your personal take matter in this situation? Because I mean, you can call the Ackman whatever you want. I'm not defending the Ackman. He's made mistakes himself. But I would say that he's under no expectation to give his own views when he hasn't really picked a side, nor should he be made or forced to. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in that. I don't know.
Kat, what's your opinion?
There is no need to inject politics into everything. It's okay to have like separation between like mediums, or not to like just grift for money.
Yeah.
Falky?
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm listening. I'm just agreeing. Sorry,
No,
I'm looking up something for
Okay.
Axis.
Okay.
Axis Omicron was not the first one they played. It had to been Indigo Prophecy. I know this. I'm not crazy. I remember this was my favorite channel growing up. I swear, I know this. I know this. Sorry. I saw Axis and I are like talking in the chat right now. I'm so sorry. I got so distracted, guys. I'm so
Falky
sorry.
was literally ignoring everything
I'm
that I was
not,
saying.
I'm listening.
It's fine. No,
No,
I get
no.
it. I get it.
It's not.
The-
It's
the
not
crazy
that.
thing
It's just
is
like
that
this was
we-
my favorite channel growing up.
It's not that I
Oh,
wasn't
God.
working on this whole document all night
Oh.
last night with a bad knee. My knee is still bad.
The crazy thing is that we picked up on this because Falgi was quiet for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, was that the quietest Falky's ever been on
No,
stream?
no. It can't be.
Letting
It can't
someone
be the
else
quiet.
talk.
Let me on so I can argue about it. No. We're not arguing about it because I know for a fact. It was either Indigo Prophecy or
He cares a lot about this.
It was either Indigo Prophecy or Heavy Rain that came out first, because then they did a second first stream with Wooly for Heavy Rain because Wooly never played it. Because then they also did Beyond Two Souls, because Beyond Two Souls was before Omicron. I know that for a fact. I know way too much about David Cage and his little rape fantasies. Way
Whoa.
too Oh yeah, no.
That's fat.
It's not an allegation.
Honestly,
It's very
I've
true.
never found a desire to play David Cage.
He's a piece of shit.
Okay, well, you know,
He's
now
like
I
an
know.
actual piece of shit. And I don't need to say that. The French courts have.
Okay.
The French courts have, even though he wasn't. There was a quote unquote settlement, I believe.
I didn't need an explanation. You had me at French.
Yeah, no, he's French. Quantic Dream is French. Also, I believe it also has a Montreal location as well. But more importantly, I agree. And let's get into the whole thing. Yes, very famously. Okay, so I know I'm right. I know I'm fucking right.
He knows he's
I
right,
love you,
folks.
Access. Thank you very much. Phobia, I will have a correction on that. It was Elliot Page before pre-transition, but that was not the issue. Very famously, apparently, Elliot Page asked for a not full 3D scan, like a full nude 3D scan of themselves, to the point where obviously they were wearing clothes during that. The shower scene, if you take away... So David Cage, very famous for having weird fighty rape sex shower scene things in his games, specifically with women. It was in Heavy Rain, it was in Indigo Prophecy and Beyond Two Souls. I think Detroit Become Human, it's not there. Damn, this is a tangent. Q literally made fun of me for this.
I did. I literally said there's going to be tangents in here. It's just why I didn't add everything to the doc.
I hate you. So the story goes, they requested that to not happen, but if you take away the steam in the shower scene, they're very clearly naked. Another aside too, when David Cage met with Elliot Page pre-transition to be the main character for the game, he came to them with a binder of all of their acting scenes from they were like a kid. Like that's how the story goes. It's fucking creepy.
Okay. That is creepy.
It's
I
like,
did not know about this.
That is how the
I
story
knew
goes
about-
from what I've been told. And
I knew about
that's
this
fucking
body
weird.
scan thing, but I didn't know the rest of it.
Yeah, the body scan thing is really fucking shitty.
That
I won't
actually
lie.
made news, and I remember that part, but I don't remember. I didn't hear about the rest. That's fucked up.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. Yeah, he was obsessed with them. Yeah, it was a weird thing. But getting into it, so
Okay.
let's get into the very famous AndyPants and Actman debate. Q, you're up.
Okay, so what happened, how the debate happened was Andy was going on his new tangent. And I have theories. People say it was 2 to 3 months that where he took on this persona. I say it was at least 6 months ago that he was dabbling with the idea of going with this anti-woke grift, and it only took off 2 to 3 months ago. And the screenshots and stuff I have seems to suggest that, but he didn't go hard enough until his big video took off. And he had a video. He had 2 videos, specifically 2 videos. One was called, I believe, one was called "What Makes Something Woke" and "Who Killed Masculinity in Video Games."
The Who
The
Killed
second-
Masculinity one I've seen. I've
Yes.
seen the screenshot for it.
Yes, I sent you it today. It's those 2 that took off because everything prior to that wasn't really about woke stuff or anti whatever. It wasn't a really, except for one, and that's kind of what I'm going to point to later on, but we're not there just yet. So he made a video. I believe it's called just Woke YouTubers. Now he singles out the Actman, Skill Up, and I forget the third off the top of my head. Another gaming creator. And basically says like these guys are, gay and woke or lame and gay or whatever the fuck you want to say. This obviously causes the Actman. Like the other 2 guys weren't going to respond because they are literally just game creators. They don't talk about this shit. They don't have any reason to. They're just going to keep doing their thing, and they're not going to respond to the Actman. Are not going to respond to AndyPants. The Actman, and if anyone actually knows the Actman, realizes that the Actman is going to respond. He's going to come back with things. So the Actman did respond, and they have this back and forth for a couple of days. I think I think I was able to get some of the screenshots. Andy deleted a lot of them until basically Andy says, well, let's debate. Or maybe it was the Actman. Anyways, they agreed to a debate. The debate happens. AndyPants gets, I would say 80%. No, I'd say 90% bodied. I think Actman made a couple of mistakes in the debate, but more or less complete victory for Actman.
Yeah, what I will say was, from what I remember and from what you and I went over, and I watched it later, a lot of what I could tell was AndyPants Gaming came in with a lot of weird accusations that nobody gave a shit about.
Also, he kept repeating the same maybe 3 to 4 talking points.
Yeah, it was,
and he didn't really diverge. He didn't really explain. He just said, "Well, you're just a shill. You're just a fence sitter."
Right.
And like he didn't really actually debate anything. He just was just saying shit. And that's what it was. That's why it was so bad. It's a bad debate.
Well, yeah, that's a thing too, right? It was one of those things where it wasn't just a bad debate. One of the main points that AndyPants constantly would do is saying, "But you work with video game companies, so you're a shill." We'll start at the top of the show, and I do want to explain, because Q and I have talked about this behind the scenes, of what I think is a very funny delineation between your Twitch poll or your YouTube poll. I don't know what the fuck it's called for YouTube.
It's political.
Yeah, political YouTube versus your gaming YouTube grifting. Because what's the end goal for a gaming channel? Really think about that for a second. For gaming channels, a lot of their end goals may revolve around developing video games, getting more inside of having their own their own kind of writing institution, like a giant bomb for instance, or going individual for a lot of those writers, or getting invited behind doors. And that's what I think is always really, really funny with a lot of these anti-woke gamer shits. Because all they really want to do is get invited behind closed doors to play the game or to get the code. And they don't realize that when they act like a little shitter, they're not going to get invited. And then that fuels their little self-serving prophecy of, oh my God, nobody likes me because I say the truth. That's not the thing. You're a shitter. Nobody wants you on their platform. Nobody wants you playing their game because of the audience as well as the notoriety that you've given yourself. And that's on you. It's not on anybody else. It's on you.
How many of these, what I find interesting, how many of these channels that really kind of like either flirt with the anti-woke crowd, if not wholesale adopted it, or the ones that have, how many of those have sponsorships? How many of them get like sponsored videos? And I feel like the ones that don't talk about what is or what isn't woke content, they're the ones that do. And now you can be like, oh well, you know, I'm too base and edgy to get, you know, advertisers. But I'm like, no, even if some of these creators that actually like let's just say someone that doesn't talk about wokeism or anti-wokeism in their videos, let's say they're fully into the anti-woke ideology. Let's just say they're just in it. Are they going to talk about it if it's going to potentially risk a sponsorship? I don't think they're going to. If they're more concerned with making money. And this is where the whole victimhood comes in. Like, oh, I speak the truth and the corporations don't like that, so they're not going to give me, you know, brand deals or not give me sponsored videos.
Right. So when we come to it, and we'll pick out specific moments. Again, for those who don't know, this will probably be a 2-part stream. It's just very funny. Killjoy.
Shadow Legends money is gone.
Raid Shadow Legends. You never see sponsors unless they are the everyman sponsor. Does Raid still sponsor people? I'm really curious.
I actually don't know.
I haven't. Well,
the new one is like the vape pen. That's not actually a vape pen. Fume. I think it's called
is
Fume.
It
that's
Fume? I haven't.
That's the one I see.
I don't think I've
I
seen.
see a lot of people getting sponsored by World of Tanks.
World of Tanks. Yes. Yes. Wait. Raid is a dead game now? That's funny.
I don't know a single person who played Raid ever.
I mean, I don't, but I was about to say, I don't know a single person that played it ever.
It's on my phone, but I never played it.
But I just think it's really, really funny. Who is Andy and why are we talking about his pants? No, we're pulling his pants down. Wow. Just no one's going to respond to this?
You can walk into that one, buddy.
It writes itself. The joke writes itself. Don't name yourself AndyPants if you don't think that joke is not going to happen. Like, I don't know what that... Yeah, we'll give him a wedgie. So, let's get into it. So, we have this tweet right here. The Actman says, Lord, thank you for receiving this this blessing I'm about to receive. At the time, our boy... I'm going to change it real quick. Our boy, AndyPants, said, a new video is up. They're woke. Which was really, really funny. Who cares? This man got bodied after this. This is... Oh no, it was September 10th. What happened on September 11th? No! Yeah, VPN companies will sponsor anybody all the time. But go on. So we have this tweet. And then we move on to this. Q, explain this one for me. This is a September 19th tweet.
There is no satire here, brother, but often when the woke mind virus, hi, Cybersmith,
No,
has
don't.
taken someone over, they think my content is satire. I'll be on 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow if you would like to discuss, debate me.
Wait.
God.
We got my favorite part of this. Bro, you're a fucking legend for keeping the act up. You fooled so many. I'm genuinely impressed. Keep up the good work. This shit is so entertaining. Oh god.
I can't even read that number. Oh, it's 422? Okay.
Yes, anonymous. I know who this is, but regardless, honestly, it really reminds me of Nintendo and other Japanese companies blacklisting Kotaku for review copies due to their anti-Asian game bias and their consistent shitter behavior when they whined about being blacklisted. Yeah, very famously, Kotaku published like a leaked copy of Metroid Dread. And then they got really pissed when Nintendo put them on the blacklist. And I was like, you reported on a game that was leaked, you idiots. You're supposed to be a published news company with sponsors, with a fucking parent company, you ignoramuses. Like, you should have... No. You should have never put that out. And that's the other thing, too. There are people on both sides of this argument that get blacklisted the same way. But yes, we are Chud bashing. So he calls the Act Man a beta cuck.
Oh, I want to know. AndyPants has 3 favorite words that he uses ad nauseum. He reuses them so much. He has reused them for long before he became like what he is now. And that word is, he loves the word cuck. He loves the word cope. Cope is his biggest one. He will, if you were to go into AndyPants Twitter and look at his replies, I'm gonna tell you right now that at least 1 out of every 3 Twitter replies is gonna have the word cope in it.
Let's
He
see.
fucking
Seed?
loves that
I love
word.
that guy.
I do love Cope and Seed. Can I prove that games went woke? Yes. Cope. There's one Cope.
Cope though, yeah. Like that's always his
Cope.
response is like,
2.
yeah, like, oh, I owned you.
I can do a job. Are you unemployed? What does that
Cope!
mean?
Wait,
Cope.
Go back up.
Cope
Go
and
back up.
cry.
Like, scroll up. You
I
missed
am.
it.
I am. I know. I put Cope. I said Cope.
Okay.
Cope. More Cope. All
More
of these are
Cope.
Cope. Everybody, it's Cope.
He loves the word cope. It is his favorite fucking word. This man loves to write the word cope. And it's not even like in relation to anything. Like if someone has like a really good point or a like pointing out how he's acting, he just literally says cope. He's also yeah.
La Cope. La Cope is actually kind of funny. Not gonna lie.
His favorite words is cope, cuck, and homo. The homo one is kind of lower on the tier list, but that's definitely one that he likes to say a lot. But cope is the big one. He loves to say cope.
Okay,
like
so no, go on.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, like even I retweeted him once, and he literally says cope, and I'm like, buddy, say the fucking word. Say the word. Say the word. Do the Bart Simpson meme. Say the word. Everyone clapped.
Yeah, I think that's one of the interesting things is that a lot of these people only really have they really only have like the one thing that they care about, and everything else they don't want to talk about, everything else they don't really go into. It's very, very bizarre. Yeah, dude, say more, Cope.
Say the word. Say it.
Say the word. Like also this like do Cope like what that like what is this?
It's not even good trolling.
It's not even
like,
good trolling.
Axis says, "Are we sure he's not a troll?" No, I think this is his idea of trolling. I think this is how he views trolling is because he can't fucking do it. And if it is just him acting like the most inept troll ever, he's too good at it, and he has everyone fooled.
Yeah.
Like if you do so good of a job acting like a dumb troll, like you can't even troll well, is it really an act? Like, I don't know. Is that a gay op at that point?
There's no way. Like, you can't just gay op yourself. That's
You can't just
I don't
gay
know.
op.
I don't know. Okay, chat. Barring any recent events that may have happened in the Opp Block Diesel FPS Diesel connected universe, is it possible to gay op yourself?
I don't know. Like, is it a gay op within a gay op? Like,
Well, okay,
Let's
so
see.
I think it is possible to gay op yourself. I think it is possible when you're just so stupid that you constantly reveal who you are at every turn. When you reveal so much. Okay, define gay op. So, what is a gay op? A gay op essentially is when people kind of get together and pull a little tricksy wixy on you to make you do or say things that you would normally do by themselves, but you kind of instigate it a little bit, in my opinion. You look at it, would Bo Blacks be a good example?
I mean, I kind of
Bo Blacks would be more rake stepping because
Yeah. A lot of what Bo Blacks did, he did to himself.
Because no one, we will go over the Toon Show interview. I saw a lot of people ask about that. We're actually going to go over that first. Again, this is going to be a 2-part stream. I really do want to go over that because I think we are aware of some other things that were and were not covered.
Yes. Also, thank you to Killjoy for
Yes.
getting me that. He was my insider source. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Killjoy is our guy in the computer. Gay op is setting up a hookup on Grindr. Pimenta, you fuck. Pimenta, you fuck. But no, I think for a thing like Bo Black's, that was rake stepping. Bo Black set up everything and did it to himself when he didn't realize what was going on. I think Scarlet is a really good evidence of just part of the gay opping yourself kind of thing.
We're
even
never not referencing Scarlet.
Well, somebody put it in the chat. Killjoy put it in the chat.
I know. Someone said Scarlet, so
because sometimes you just get too horny for the grift, and you need to tell people. You need to constantly tell people that you hate them. And that's pretty much what they do. So
Yes.
I think that's a really, really interesting thing. What else? So we do have, obviously, AndyPants Gaming would claim one of the... this is so esoteric. I need a good summary of the gay op. I would have to... You know what? Bug FPS Diesel today. He's streaming later today. Bug him.
he'll tell you.
He'll tell you. I think something really interesting is that AndyPants Gaming would go on to strike the Act Man for their interview.
And here is a funny thing. I don't know how many of y'all are in gaming commentary.
You don't do this.
Don't do this to the Act Man. Because when I had been around in commentary for maybe a year at that point, and I got to witness from start to fucking finish the drama between what happened when Quantum TV struck the Act Man, and how that literally took over an entire summer of, I want to say it was 2021. Someone can correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was summer of 2021 where Quantum TV, because Act Man had made him look like a fucking fool, all based around Elden Ring, and I'm always going to associate Quantum TV with Elden Ring
Yeah.
for forevermore. Quantum, famously, not only did he strike the Act-Man, but he called the Act-Man's mom. Because that's just
Yeah, that
something
was
you
a bad one.
apparently do. Like that's just something you do. One day I'm gonna make Falgi watch the documentary on Quantum because that's one of the best
I know
things
of
ever.
it. I've watched it. We'll probably do it on stream one day. But I was in the trenches when that was all going on. I think something really interesting too. Yeah, it does seem like like a long time.
It does.
But I think something really interesting is like when you have to be community noted that you cannot strike somebody when their likeness is also in your video. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's actually insane. You can't do that. It's an interview. They have equal rights to the interview.
So, he picked the wrong person to copyright strike because the one like out of everyone in the gaming commentary space who had dealt with the most out of dealing with YouTube and how copyright works and whatnot, it's literally the fucking Act-Man.
Yeah.
Quickly, and I'm gonna say quickly as in less than a week. I want to say it was like 4 days, 4 tops, where Andy decided after the entirety of the commentary space, not only game commentary, but drama commentary, we're like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's like literally collectively, you had people who hate each other joining together to collectively shit on AndyPants because it was happening around the same time that a channel called Broken Game or whatever, he flagged for Fratanga Plays, who is a commentary channel. I don't like Fratanga. I don't. I think he flirts with the anti-woke a little bit too much and then tries to hide it. I don't fucking care. But I will defend him getting struck. So when everyone united against AndyPants getting striking the Act-Man, that's literally what happened. And Andy, under the pressure of the entire fucking commentary space, rescinded the strike.
Yeah. Well,
and has not lived it down since.
I think that that's something really, really interesting. And if Ethan Klein and Keemstar agree on something, then you know it's serious. Yeah,
right.
That's a really good way of putting it. I think something really interesting when we're talking about something like this, the biggest no-no is striking one another for video. It's different if the video is cut in a way that makes you say things that you've never said or uses AI technology to. There's like a fun fact for you. I actually, every time we stream, I have to click something that says if I'm reacting to somebody's content, I'm not creating content that is making somebody say things that they would never say through AI. I actually have to click a button for that.
Right.
So my stream is visible and so everything is working. If I don't do that, I don't know what will happen. I don't want to fucking test that.
This is literally one of commentary and maybe even YouTube overall. It's just an unspoken rule that you don't fucking do. You don't copyright strike someone without cause, like without like.
Well, here's the thing, right? This is the reality. It's the spoken rule of YouTube, from the YouTuber's perspective, from the creator's perspective, and it's supposed to be an enactable rule by YouTube, but YouTube will never enact the issues with false copyright claims. Never. Because let's keep it very real. I don't care for deplatforming unless you're saying some pretty like abhorrent shit. Like if you're saying like really false and just abhorrent shit, go fuck off. Like I don't really care. I'll dunk on you. Like this is funny. But like this false flagging, you're supposed to lose your channel. If I remember correctly, you're supposed to like lose it. But they never do it.
Yeah,
and YouTube constantly has a problem with it. And so until YouTube actually does something, they'll never do it. I mean, for as many qualms as I may have with H3H3, his court case was a landmark for fair use. So to then say a guy who's in the content can't be using the content as well is so out of bounds. It was mutually agreed upon when he showed up that he would use it for content. Mutually agreed upon.
They literally had DMs about it.
Yeah, 100%.
So
I know they had
anyways,
DMs about it because it was like a whole thing.
Yep. So after the debate, the copyright strike happens. It gets restricted, and everything eventually goes back to normal. But Andy, he has his own fallout where pretty much everyone's talking about him and dunking on him.
Mm-hmm.
He loses mods in his own Discord server because they rebel against him, and I believe a handful of his mods got fired because everyone was like, the running theory is, and this is me making a supposition, is that the reason why Andy will not put the chat back into the debate is because his own fans are like, what the fuck are you saying? Stop saying this. What are you doing?
I can agree
That's
with
my
that.
theory. That's my theory, is that he won't put the chat back in for that reason alone, is because he looks so bad.
I would agree with that. I think that that's like a big reason why he wouldn't want to do that, is it makes him look really, really bad if he put it back in.
I mean, he already looks bad. Like, he already looks bad.
Well,
so there is...
AndyPants... AndyPants looks like a little bitch. I'm going to say it. Like, you kind of look like a little bitch. You're bitch made. Who the fuck cares? Like,
Right.
brother, I don't care how many fucking subs you got. You're bitch made. If everybody from us to the tippity top of commentary YouTube is dunking on you, you're bitch made.
Yes.
It's just how it works. I
do want to say one more thing before we jump into the Chris and Art call with Gamertron. Gamertron is a semi-retired YouTuber who was on the ground floor of AndyPants. He was there at the start. And he has made, I believe, a video and then a 5-minute update to that video where he goes into who AndyPants is. Chris Anark is streaming to... he's reacting to the initial AndyPants debate with the Ackman. And Gamertron gets in the chat and says, I will call in and talk to you about this. And then he talks about some real wild shit that we have yet to see. It is supposedly coming, but we have yet to see it yet, and I'm actually pretty eager for whenever it does show up.
Yeah, that was part of one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to wait on this. But it seems like, honestly speaking, the more that happens, more that happens, I think just fucking reacting to it now and then reacting to what's coming is probably the best move. Because, we ourselves have looked into this. There are some things that we found that probably we may not be able to fully cover in this one, but we will definitely cover in the next stream. But I do think that there is a lot that goes into this that we definitely... There's more to this story. There's a lot more to how this guy really reacts to things, and there's a lot going on in regards to how this guy interacts not only with his community, but different communities at large. Yes. But yeah, triggering another adpocalypse will probably get you killed. Axis, you're not wrong. Brother, imagine fucking AndyPants adpocalypse.
I mean, I don't think he would, but at the same time,
I'll be real. The adpocalypse may be different this time around, only because live streaming on YouTube is so much bigger now that I think a lot of people would just go to it. It wouldn't be as much. It'd fucking kill some channels, but yeah, that'd be wild. How can you adpocalypse YouTube that doesn't pay out anymore? Yeah, exactly. This is all it is. All right. We're going to be going into this video from Kristen Ark. It was on his stream. It's titled AndyPants Gaming's Darkest Secrets Revealed by the Gamertron Show. I want to thank Kristen Ark for having this interview. He's been in here like once or twice. Very nice person. I've spoken with him like once. Very, very nice guy. And here we go.
I'm just saying, and if Andrew sees this, Andrew, buddy, you've put yourself and your loved ones in danger. I don't know why you didn't scrub this info from the internet.
Oh.
I don't know why you didn't scrub
Okay, we're gonna have a small conversation. Yeah, AndyPants may not be good at hiding his info on the internet.
Yeah, he's not good at it at all.
And okay, can I turn it up? Yeah, of course I can. Rocky, for you, anything. Yeah, he may not be that good at hiding his stuff on the internet, and that's actually really dangerous.
I literally was talking about
yeah.
this with Falgi before we started today. Like I found someone sent me something, and while I want to show it, but I'm like, I don't know.
We'll look into it.
Yeah.
I think the best way to say is that we're gonna look into some of the shit that yeah. We're gonna look at it.
Yeah.
He doesn't hate gay people. That's all made up. That's all him playing pretend. I know who Andrew is. I know who he is as a real person.
You can tell by the way he's articulating his points in the debate with Ackman. He doesn't actually believe anything. He rips off what Reddit says or his comments. He doesn't have a real position.
Because as horrible as the things his AndyPants persona has said, the actual Andrew, it's a very sad story. He's been chasing internet fame for years.
Ooh.
Over the years,
Ooh,
he's made
that's-
multiple...
okay.
Pause. There's a link I want you to show.
Okay.
And I mentioned this. Where was it? It was a Twitter post he had.
Okay.
This one.
Which
Let
one?
me,
Which one? Just send it to me. Make my life.
Yeah, I'll send
Wait. Is it? Oh yeah, I see it.
Yes, that one. That's the one.
Edelweiss. This guy
When I
is
saw
a
that,
little
it made me
crazy.
When I saw this link, it made me think of what I heard in the interview, and I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
10 times
go
more
down.
attractive than
Yep.
your ugly ass. So someone says checking my YouTube channel is way better than looking than this ugly dude. Laughing my ass off. How did I fucking know? Yes, I'm 10 times more attractive than your ugly ass. Yet reality continues to disagree with you. Hit me back when you get 13,000 followers on YouTube after making 7 years. 1,300 followers on YouTube after making 7 years of making videos. I cannot read, chat.
Chat, I need you to understand something. I need you to understand this. How good are you at YouTube if after 7 years of making content, you only have 1,300 followers?
I think.
How good are you at it?
I think it's one of those things where if you try to little bro somebody, that's
it's
not a flex.
That's not a flex. It's not a flex.
No, yeah, he made 13K in a year. That's fine. No, but like
I don't want to dunk on him for this, but I'm dunking on him I'm dunking on him in the comparison of you were trying to say that you got 1,300 subs after 7 years of work, where you also have someone like Westside Tyler, I know I'm glazing, got 13,000. I know I do.
You always
who got 13,000 in a year. So it's like, this is not a flex, my guy. Why are you trying to act as if it was?
I think something that's really weird is when you little bro somebody, very often when you do that, it's more because you cannot you can't have the conversation with somebody. Because if I look at that tweet, it's probably some dumb bullshit. Like, it's some dumb bullshit, grifty, weirdo tweets between the two. It is what it is. But it's like, I don't have to little bro anybody. Like, I can't. First off, I can't. But second off, when you little bro somebody, it just means that you have no center, you have no core, you are bitchless. And I mean, like, what is wrong with you? It's just like, why? Oh, I love it so much. Kat, what do you think?
I just got back. All I heard was, your bitch list, no hoes.
No.
He literally left the computer and he's like, I don't fucking care.
Bitch
about
list,
this.
no
I
hoes.
went to the bathroom.
You were in the bathroom?
Yeah, for like 30 seconds.
Why didn't you take us to? Were you frying chicken?
Chicken.
Sure.
Okay, so
yeah,
you guys can make fun of me when I pee, but I can't make fun of anybody else when they go to the bathroom. Can I ask them, like, why is this always me?
Because I don't keep my headphones on when I go to the restroom.
Okay,
Hey, you fucking weirdo.
It's fuck off. Fuck off. You're a
I
fucking.
take them off.
So yeah, headphones stay on during. Stop.
Do the headphones stay on in bed?
Do the headphones stay on in
Headphones
bed? Yes, they stay
during
on
sex.
in bed.
Headphones
How
stay
how
on in
else will I
bed?
listen to stream? Okay, that's like the thing too. Like when I'm on calls with people like privately, my bed is right next to my desk. I just lie in bed and like look at my computer. That's all I really fucking do. Yeah, I mute myself. I don't fucking like do a live piss commentary. Who the fuck do you think I am? Dr. Disrespect? See, guys. That's what we call comedy. But yeah, this is just like
Falgi.
what?
You trying to do your best R. Kelly impersonation?
Oh, oh God. No.
I wanna pee on
No, I'm not trapped in the closet. Cause I'm trapped in the closet. Oh God.
Do you not remember the Chappelle Show skit? Like, I'm gonna pee on you.
Yeah, I know the Chappelle Show skit. I know the Boondocks little thing. Don't be guys. Don't be stuck in the closet. Remember, yesterday was coming out day. You don't need to be stuck in the closet anymore. You are loved. You are cared for, and you know how you love us, openly gay people here on the internet. You see that link above? It says monies. If you donate today, you too can come out because National Coming Out Day was yesterday. You can pay to come out. I can't do that with a straight face. Oh God.
Well, Foggy is saying, no matter what, please come.
Listen, we accept the money from the gay agenda.
I will accept money from everyone and anyone. I don't care. I will read any sponsorship as long as there are enough zeros in front of that number.
Boy, that's just fucking priceless. But yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, yes.
YouTube channels. He's done multiple podcasts. He's made multiple Twitter accounts. The dude has a genuine passion for video games, and all his other stuff never took off. And so when something he made
Read this chat for
finally
free.
took off,
First one
he
is
just
free.
ran
You're
with
welcome.
it. And he
Chat. Why are you gay?
abandoned all
are you
principles.
gay?
Why
I was screaming that in the
are you
beginning.
gay?
I was like, it's obvious that's what happened. You had one video pop off, you looked at the viewership, and you were like, holy shit, clout, finally.
All right. So for those in the chat from the West Side, thank you guys very much for always being here. This is Warkikia. It's Warkikia 2.0. That's all this ever
AndyPants?
was.
You're saying AndyPants is Warkikia.
100%. Because Chris hit it on the head. You saw the numbers go up, and you were like, oh, okay, it's time. It's time for me to make. Which I get it, but it's weird. This is Warkikia. And for those who don't know who Warkikia is, we covered the
video on
Warkikia
it,
stuff. Obviously Tyler did. Those are really funny videos. For those who don't know, Warkikia was this like 1K sub Andy.
If
Okay,
you want to
5K
know
subs, excuse
more,
me.
if you want to know more, if you want to watch an adult man beat the shit out of a teenager,
And watch other people watch him beat the shit out of a teenager, you can watch our stream on it and our videos. I made it was my best and most involved thumbnails ever, and I will never do it again. Yes, as Killjoy says, you too could drink your mana potion coffee.
except K-Huck
hit what
because
I
he doesn't
needed.
drink coffee.
It's okay. They have teas, K-Huck,
They have
and
tea,
lemonade.
Killjoy. They have tea, K-Huck.
Yeah,
Too
they
many
have tea.
Ks.
They have tea. They recently released a new one. I gave them an idea for a tea. You know, maybe they'll steal it. It would actually be super hilarious. But there we go.
To do.
I
don't
would
believe
like
he's
to
like
state that
evil
we are
person, you
not
just
paid
believe
to
that
say
he's-
any of these things. We are not they are not an active sponsor of the
No,
channel.
we actually pay them to do the advertising. I give them my money so I can advertise their shit. How fucked up is that? Just saying. No, I love you. And yes, Mishi's Goblin Stand, very great.
playing an evil character, and that
Yes, that is exactly what is happening.
tries to do the whole "I'm new to this. There's no way I would have known" is bullshit. That's why I was screaming. It's bullshit. I don't believe it for a minute.
You're showing a man and you ended with a fucking dog hitting a fucking drum!
You know, I miss
Cops is
being
filmed on
glasses and
location
hat
with the
Chris. I don't know. He's probably never gonna see it, but I missed when Chris wore the glasses and hat.
Not
I
a,
missed those days.
I guess.
Go ahead, keep going. Keep
I'm
going.
not a
keep
fan of
going.
it personally. I'm not a fan of a getup.
I
I,
like it. I like it.
I, man who uses a weird PNG VTuber model, does not like the getup. Make that make sense, chat.
men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Cloudy, I do like an outfit, but the outfit comes at 500 subs. Oh, K-Huck. Kook. Kook. Thank you so much, Kook, for tipping. Why are you gay? 1337. Thank you so much, K-Huck.
Thank you, K-Huck.
What's up, man?
Are we still live?
Okay, hold on.
Still
hold on.
alive.
See, I have to now move the YouTube chat. Somebody
Chat
riff,
over chat. I'm pretty sure I'm in this chat too.
somebody riff for me because I now have to move the YouTube chat.
Yeah, you have to do the full stripper fit. No balls, buddy.
Hey, look, synthetic teapot is there.
Oh yeah,
Hi, synthetic.
it's like a weird like double. Wait, synthetic, you're a mod in Chris's? What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're a mod in Chris's chat.
Oh, I don't know if I can. I don't like. I watch
I don't-
people's like I
I
watch
don't
people's
watch Chris
streams,
that
but I
often.
don't like.
I don't know.
I mean, you guys are here, so I'm just like, oh, like we're just all having fun together. I don't pay attention.
I usually either keep things in the background or turn off the screen and just listen.
Yeah, I sometimes I'll turn off chats, like especially when I used to do a lot of Twitch watching, I would turn off a lot of chats just because it was a pain in the ass. Child, why are you looking at me with such ferocity? She's like looking at me
She
like
wants
like I killed
walkies.
something. She does want to walk. I know she does, but I don't want to leave
He-
just yet.
syn-
Bye, K-Hawk.
Synthetic-
We'll see you later.
Yeah,
Synthetic
K-Hawk.
brings up a good point. We totally just missed. We totally forgot about BJ Investigates.
We didn't forget about BJ and Investigates. I will say this. I haven't forgot about BJ Investigates. I haven't wanted to cover her
Okay.
until the new dog pack video.
Wait,
Because
there's gonna be another one.
yeah, he
I
has
thought it was
said
gonna be
he
a
has said
4.
multiple times that the 3 he's going to delete and then make it like a 2.5.
Okay.
He said that in
He
the
was
last
just
one,
on
so-
Twitter today,
Mhm.
bragging that he got blocked by Mr. Beast. I guess like he was
Yeah,
bragging
he's
about
like,
it.
well, he's also like being a little bitch about it, and it's like, yeah, he's gonna block you, dumbass. Just like, yeah, she has a whole rabbit hole. I know a lot about her too. I know actually like way too much about her. And it's weird. It's very, very weird. Rocky, we will do a we're gonna do a body cam stream pretty soon. Just because I like having like a fun one. But yeah, Synthetic, if you have info, you can
Is
always
this
make
not
a
fun? Are you not entertained, Falgi?
what? It's fun. What do you mean? Synthetic, if you want to start a thread, go for it. Bye.
Okay, no problem. So, a few things need to let you in on. Now,
Sure.
I can't tell you everything because I've been collaborating with the Actman in an upcoming video, and you are all going to learn about the real Andrew soon enough. But I can give you a little sneak peek, a few little sneak peeks, and a few little tidbits.
Perfect.
So, the thing is, I learned about who the real Andrew was weeks ago. I know who the real person is. What you gotta understand about AndyPants is that AndyPants is a character. It's a persona. Everything.
So it's very obvious if a lot of his videos did not a lot of his videos didn't involve the grift until 3 months ago. And then he gains 100K subscribers in like a 3-month span. That's very, very large.
So I will generally agree with that. I will say, from what I've seen, it seems like he had been flirting
He had
with
the
the
gene.
anti-woke grift, and it didn't truly take off until 2 to 3 months ago. I would say 6 months ago, because there's a video on Gears of War 5 which really seemed to flirt with those concepts and ideals, but didn't fully commit to it. It was like he was testing the waters, almost. But
yeah, I would say that that's a really good way to put it. Is from what I can see, he was testing waters. We have some evidence when we do part 2 that may show a little bit that he's always been kind of flirting and dancing with this.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
AndyPants says is a lie. It's not true. It's an act.
Do you by chance know who Def Noodles is at all? Like, have you ever heard that name? I'm just curious.
Can't say that I have.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Def.
essentially we had our own version in the commentary community of a guy that
Were
you
you
guys
around
are
for
dealing
Def
with,
Noodles?
where he had a
So I watched a little bit of him because I was following the Ace family drama. Because I just thought it to be.
Okay.
I don't like family channels. I think family channels are really abhorrent.
They're
Good
cringe
for,
as fuck.
I do believe there's like a former child actress. I think it's actually Demi Lovato. That is pushing legislator or did push legislation in California to have some version of appointed legal representation for kids who are acting that will destroy a lot of these family channels, or they'll all just move out of California. I think they're abhorrent. I don't like any of them. I don't care if they're the most wholesome motherfuckers in the world. You exploit your own children, you should have your children taken away. Sorry, don't really give a fuck. That's my belief. That's an opinion. You can't be sued for opinions. AKA, thank you, BJ. But yeah, it's that's all. I followed him for a little bit there, and then I saw his devolving into madness.
That's where I started watching content. Definitely was when he was going into this weird, almost manic state, doing the stand-up comedy stuff where
oh my god,
man,
that's a
the
fucking maybe one day we'll do
comedy
that.
shit is cringe.
That
as
shit
hell.
was wild. That shit was cringe. It was also just he just lost his marbles. Quite literally, no, Synthetic, remember, she can't say facts ain't defamation anymore. She can't say that. You and I both know why. Now let's get back to it.
character. He would say things as the character, but not really mean anything. You know what I mean? So this sounds identical to that guy. I love that shit. Thank God.
Basically. So you were curious about why Actman asked Andy that question about, has God taken the anger out of his heart? You were curious about that, right?
I am curious.
Well, the context behind that is that I showed Actman a video of the real Andrew, where he was saying something to a group of friends. You'll get the full context of that video in Actman's full video.
Of course.
Again.
And at this time, if I remember correctly, Actman has not published anything.
No, he has
yet.
not. He has not published it. He has published the are all games woke based upon like this crazy like Excel spreadsheet list of all games, like what games are woke or not, and it literally boils down to there's gays in the game.
Chat, why are you gay?
Why are you gay, chat?
Chat, why are you gay? You gay now.
Why are you gay?
You gay now, chat.
Chat,
I'm
why
not
are you
gay.
gay?
Chat, are you gay?
No
So yes,
spoilers,
like-
just sneak.
No,
Chat.
I was gonna say like,
What?
go ahead.
What was that?
No, I will say I'm pretty sure AndyPants did react to Actman's posting of that video where like all games woke, and that's also where like that's where he posted the other video about one sec.
There we go. Look at Q. He's got all the documents ready. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
wait. We got $5 from Philosopher 777.
Philosopher77 tipped $5.
Oh, God.
Just got home and going to be
no.
making
Oh,
dinner.
no. It's
Nice to have a
it's
stream to
doubling,
listen
chat.
to while I
I'm
do
so
that.
sorry. Chat, I didn't realize it was gonna double. I gotta remember to like turn that down. Chat says, Philosopher says, just got home and going to make dinner, have a nice stream, and listen to a widow.
Thank you.
Do that. Thank you. Thank you,
Philosopher.
Philosopher77. You're always
So-
the best.
What I was gonna say is AndyPants put out a video that says, "Can I prove games went woke?" Yes. Now I'm fairly certain this is a like not an official reaction to the Actman's video about like why are like all these games being woke and whatnot,
Mhm.
but it reads like it is. So that's like his unofficial. If I had to call it a response, I would call that a response to the Actman's video and just the Actman in general. Also, he put Actman in the fucking thumbnail, so kind of yes.
Yeah, I mean there's a reason why he was doing it. Obviously speaking, there's a reason why this kind of stuff happens. It's just very funny when it does. Again, there's so much to AndyPants that we can't even cover in one stream because of the fact that this like the grift gets weird at a certain point. I think that's the best way to describe it. The way he views the grift, it gets very bizarre.
Yes, I agree.
Point is, we got to hear the real Andrew talk. And the thing you gotta know about the real Andrew is that he does not hate gay people. This whole thing about being crazy anti-gay, obsessed with gay people, he doesn't hate gay people. That's all made up. That's all him playing pretend. He does not hate gay people. He has played conservative Christians for fools. He's played them all for fools. Now, Andrew himself is more moderate right-leaning, but he's never been this hardcore.
Go on,
I definitely would call.
You have
he's
the evidence.
made
You
up.
speak it.
And
I would definitely
again,
call Andrew.
You'll learn more.
Pause for a second. I would definitely call Andy moderate right. When Gamertron says he doesn't hate gay people, I would put an asterisk by that, and I would say it's more like he doesn't hate gay people, but he does not agree with their lifestyle, but he doesn't outright hate them. And the stuff that I've seen going back to 2021, 2020, where it's more like, I don't agree with it, but I'm not going to bother you,
Yeah.
is how I would define his views on that. But would I say, but I do I agree with the statement that he doesn't hate gay people? Yes. I'm just saying, I'm clarifying based on what I've read. It's more like he doesn't agree with LGBTQ lifestyle, whatever. Which, fine, fucking whatever. If you don't like his your religion, whatever. But
You're fucking lame, but whatever.
you're fucking lame, but whatever. But I would say that he does not. I would From
Like-
what
like-
I've seen, I would confirm that he does not actually hate gay people.
Like, let's be real. Like, fellas, is it gay to like cock? No, it ain't gay. Exactly.
Wait, what? 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 What?
I'm making a joke because like people
Okay.
who are hyper focused on gay are literally only focused on like what genitalia you prefer in places. It's
Okay.
literally like it's literally nothing else. They just care that you like a genitalia. They don't
Okay.
care about the fact that you have a functional relationship with anybody else. It's like, oh, being gay inherently sexual at all times.
Yes, if you're gay, you are always sexual. That's which is
Yeah.
absolutely fucking
Everybody
wild.
knows that if you're gay, you are just like the horniest person in the room at all
Yeah,
times.
like my gays in chat, are you just constantly ready to jump on dick?
or whatever or whatever you prefer.
Or a labia, like
or a
it's
labia.
fine.
No, not a labia. No. I mean, listen, it don't matter. Listen, and also, it don't matter if you're also like asexual too. Like they still gonna think that it's weird that you don't like dick or labia or whatever in between.
They'll just say you're weird because you don't like.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, oh, you're asexual, so you're weird, right? Like you're a secret kind of weird. Lol.
Shout out my asexuals.
Shout out to my asexuals.
Shout
We
out
love
my
you very much.
asexuals.
This is the worst PSA. You know what, Cloudy? Okay, do it. Do it. You won't. You won't.
No balls.
No balls. No balls. Listen, if we have a very large like asexual demographic, fucking more power to you guys. You guys are number one in my heart.
Yeah,
When Ackman posts this
I
video-
shout out.
Shout out to
Shout out.
them all.
Shout out being the asexual streamer. You know, whatever.
Yes, exactly.
But I know the real Andrew. He's done such an atrocious a job of covering his digital footprint that I know his real name. I know about the significant others in his life. I know about all his close friends. I know about
I know his real
things
name now,
related
too.
to his local.
Yeah, isn't
religious
that weird
community.
that like
I don't want to know his name.
oh yeah.
I was given a Twitter account. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's literally his fucking name.
Majunga Wumba.
Why?
Majunga Wumba. I know. One of the Twitter accounts has his full ass name. The man
It's
has
his
doxed
full ass
himself.
fucking name.
We'll get there. Because we're not gonna show that.
I know we may not get it today. We probably
Yeah.
won't, but he's not wrong. It's like, why?
Yep.
I will have this rant now, and I'll probably have this rant later on our second stream. Is like, how can you be so dumb to put out your full name as a fucking Twitter account? Like, why would you do that? And then no, it's fine. It's fine. Continue. I'll save that rant for later. I'll save that rant for later.
Yep, we're good. Yep, let's get back into it. Oh, or not. You can just not.
Whoa.
I
Also, a side note. Majunga Wumba says, asexual, autistic, and ADHD Falgi's chat is a AAA baby. God help me. God just fucking help me.
know who Andrew is. I know who he is as a real person.
Okay.
He has done such a terrible job, and it was so easy to find all this information. Now, I'm not going to make all this information public.
Yeah,
I'm
of
not going to
course.
dox the man.
Yeah, you didn't. There's no reason to go that far.
I'm not. No, not at all. No, of course. I'm just saying, and if Andrew sees this, Andrew, buddy, you've put yourself and your loved ones in danger. I don't know why you didn't scrub this info from the internet. I don't know why you didn't scrub this. Like if you were going to go this route with your content, you should have made preparations, because you've put yourself and and people close to you in danger. I don't know why you didn't scrub all your info.
Has that
It's
been like I know that everyone like hates Andy and everything like that, but has that hopefully been passed along to him to get it wiped now? Because you don't want to like put people in danger, obviously.
I'm hoping it gets wiped sometime soon. He's wiped some of it because behind the scenes stuff, Actman has still been in contact with Andrew, but Andrew's been making it very difficult. He is
some people just don't get it. They don't understand.
I mean, it's weird when you will not drop character.
Yeah, it's
like
I'm gonna go
he's
feed the
taking
dog real quick, though.
kayfabe to a whole new level, or kayfabe or kayfabe, whatever however you pronounce it. And it's like you can't. People are actually trying to help you out and be like, "Dude, you need to remove this because you're being so inflammatory on the internet. Someone's gonna get pissed off enough." Like that's why you don't have that kind of information on the internet. Like you didn't do this the right way. Kayfabe is a term from pro wrestling where it basically means how you're acting is an act and you never really drop that act. Like the Macho Man being the Macho Man famously hardly ever dropped kayfabe. And then you have like Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Undertaker, like pretty much they now go by like their literal names now. And they talk about their character and the back room type, you know, how stuff happened in like the locker room type stuff. Sorry, Falgi.
No, I was feeding the dog, so it helped. No, but it is like really funny, right? Because it's this idea that like if you're going to make, let's say this is always your persona, or let's just say you're making this your persona, you should do a really good job at deleting the things that connect right back to you. Obviously, don't do it. You give us content, but you gotta be very careful when you do these things. Very, very dangerous things happen when you don't.
Yep.
Even in DMs, he's playing the character, even though we know the real him. So he's making it very difficult. He's making it very difficult to be reasonable with him because he refuses to drop the character. Again, you'll learn more when Actman drops his full video. If you have any questions about Andrew, ask away, Chris. I'll answer what I can without giving spoilers to Actman's video.
No, I totally understand. My whole thing is that is crazy that much information's out there. Was not even remotely aware. The thing about Andrew is what made you like interested in him in the first place? What was the thing that like actually got you to care and to like dig through his content? Was it just something that you noticed one day? Was it somebody that sent you the content? I'm actually curious. What made you decide to do this?
Well, like I said in my original video on Andrew, I saw his masculinity video because YouTube would not stop recommending it to me. It kept coming up in my recommended feed like, Jesus Christ, YouTube really wants me to watch this video. So I figured I'll give it a watch. And when I watched it, it's like, again, I know I'm just regurgitating my video here.
That's okay.
Like something was off about it. I was like, I heard this guy's voice before. And it's because I'd watched it. Yeah. Because I'd watched his older videos. And I'd liked some of his older videos, so I was just very confused, like, this is such a radical change in character. So I did my research, etc., and at first I was just like, okay, that's interesting, a bit weird, but...
I didn't unmute myself. It's okay. I'm back, chat.
Continue. What was that, buddy?
I didn't unmute myself I didn't really talk much. But I think something really, really interesting is... how do I say this? It is very interesting when the people make the shift. Now the shift does happen. There have been content creators that make the shift for very personal reasons or for very professional reasons or have always kind of been a shitbag or make the shift in content for XYZ reasons, because maybe their political beliefs change, or their ideology changes, or their identity changes. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just really, really interesting. Also, a really weird point to point out that Synthetic is right here on the chat and right here on our chat. Very, very funny. I'm going to point that out. Literally, you guys are right. Synthetic is holding hands with themselves. Very, very interesting.
I do want to note that this is something I would say is it's more believable when it's done longer in advance. So I do think that Andy was flirting with anti-woke content. And I think he was slowly integrating it, like pushing the boundary, dabbling in it. And then it finally took off around the 2 to 3 mark a month ago. What makes it not quite believable is that he was never espousing these beliefs more wholeheartedly before this point.
Yeah.
He kept it very close to his chest.
Yeah.
But 6 months is still a good amount of time to really build that up. And it took a certain video that really kind of like let him say, oh, now is the time where I can really like let my freak flag fly, or let the persona fly the way I want it to, and really rake in those views.
I think I think one of the things, and if this is a really good example for people who don't know, I would really recommend Diesel's stream on Grums. It was our first stream on Grums. I had actually created a document for Diesel. And it was one of the really interesting things looking at Grums was, by all intents and purposes, Mark Kern, aka Grums, was just kind of like a normal game developer, kind of a shitter, but like kind of a normal dude. But everything was just under the surface. And then it started to become more prominent. You know, him wanting to have a gamers first political lobby, all these kinds of things. And it was just like, it starts to build over time. Sometimes it's very subtle. Sometimes it's very forward. The ability to flip the switch to a grift, there's always in my personal belief, there's always a part of you that makes it easy. You have to know enough about it. That doesn't just take 6 months. You have to know enough about it to flip the switch pretty easily. That's my opinion.
You have to have enough information.
Yeah. That's always been my opinion on it.
And to note, there are other people out there like that I think are really waiting for like that one big video to really kick off on the algorithm that's gonna, skyrocket them into the next level of YouTubeness or YouTube, importance, or what be that usually through views and sub count. And this is kind of where I talk about those channels that are flirting with the anti-woke, because they view it as if it could be a way to get them into that next level of content. Now, am I saying they actually believe that? I don't know. No, I will say that for a different stream where I want to go over like the entire culture in video game commentary as a whole. That will be a different topic. But I think some of these content creators in the video game commentary, they're waiting and they're flirting and they're prodding at the anti-woke crowd, just trying to see if, they can make just a good enough video that the algo will pick them up and blow them up like it did for AndyPants.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's actually a really good way of putting it.
I'm semi-retired from YouTube. I don't care that much. But then he kept going. And he kept making videos, and he kept escalating the anti-gay stuff.
Right, the rhetoric.
And he kept escalating. Yeah, he kept escalating. And even though I'm semi-retired, it was very disturbing, like, the stuff I was seeing, like, in his comment sections. And I joined his Discord quickly, and there's some really evil stuff that was being said.
Evil in
like,
what? Evil in what way? Can you give like an
Oh.
example? My stream, we're far enough in. I literally could care less what's said. You know.
What? Just let it play.
Okay, fair enough. Like, well, I'm not going to repeat it because I don't want to repeat it. Because shit. But basically, you get like people who really hate gays were not holding back.
So saying stuff about like hurting any of them, or was it just slurs? Like what was the thing that really was truly evil? Like if you had to kind of like dance around it, really.
Like calling for their complete and utter removal.
Oh, that's always nice.
Okay.
That's nice.
And
Pause.
But was that like one person, or was
Pausing.
that like?
So what I want to stress is he is so willing to create an echo chamber for people that not only hate gay people but say they want to remove them, quote unquote, remove them from society, which is just a really nice way of saying I don't want them to exist anymore.
Right.
And it's like, how can you, as someone that we know views your own faith very importantly, so whatever you want to say about AndyPants, he actually is a religious man. He actually is. How can you, as a religious person, stand there and be okay with people saying in your own controlled environment that you're okay with the systematic removal of a certain demographic of people that you don't happen to agree with?
Not very John 1 John 4:20.
This is just an example of what Andy or Andrew is willing to sacrifice in order to be popular and have some kind of personal validation on YouTube. That's how it reads to me, and I find that absolutely abhorrent.
Well, I think listen, we all know why they do that. Like, we don't need to.
No, I know why.
But I think it's really funny. What's really funny is like how they're not prepared for the grift, because Killjoy pointed it out, and it was something that I think you and I talked about, or I talked about with Killjoy privately, where it was AndyPants wasn't really ready for how much this grift was going to affect them right away.
Yes.
Because he had to scrub his own fucking Discord because it almost got nuked. Because people were going crazy in there.
Yeah, because commentary is commentary. Someone's gonna want to be like, "Oh, who the fuck is this dude?" They're gonna jump into his fucking Discord and A-log the shit out of him. Like, that's what happens when you become big, or you become so well known, or infamous, as the case may be, where other commentators are gonna be like, well, that's interesting. I'm going to find out more.
Right. Exactly.
Internet is forever. So just carry yourself as if somebody's
forever.
taking notes of everything.
Yeah, assume everybody knows everything about you. Either be who you are, or don't. Fuck it. Fucking give me content, baby. Give me.
The whole Discord.
It was multiple people. It was a large portion of people. And, like, I'm not putting that on Andrew, because he doesn't actually believe it.
Right, of course.
He doesn't actually believe it. I'm not putting that on him. But I just realized, all these people who, like, hate gay people so much, you're praising a man who's using you. And I'm like, this is a really fucked up situation. And I figured, well, you know what? Andy's done such a poor job of hiding his paper trail. Someone's going to make a video. And then weeks went by, and no one made a video. Like, is no one going to call out what's going on here? People are being bamboozled. This is an epic bamboozling. And no one's saying anything, so I figured, fuck it. I haven't made a video in months. Let's stretch those creative muscles and expose this incredible fraud.
That is impressive. It just seems crazy to me that, and him and you know who Synthetic Man is, obviously, right? Like,
oh yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, that guy's a rabbit hole and a half, because I went down that rabbit hole and I was shocked nobody's talked about him more in depth when I first came upon it. So I get what's happening. It's crazy to find somebody that exists.
Listen, here's the other thing too, guys. be very, very careful when eyes come on you, because everyone's gonna look at everything you've ever done. So either stand by it or fucking delete it.
Yes.
Because people know way too much, man.
Wait, so I'm saying Discord almost stepped into nuke his channel.
Yes.
Because they were running like, okay, that's something I didn't know.
Killjoy had
running like one of those
that. Yeah.
Telegram group chats, if you know what I mean. Discord almost nuked for TOS violations. Whoa, fucking A.
Listen,
like Discord is generally hands off with how they do shit. So like, if Discord almost nuked it because of TOS, that's fucking wild.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Still, that thinks this way, but with Synthetic Man, he actually believes it. That's like the craziest part of all this
Andrew
shit.
doesn't.
He doesn't. That's the thing. It's like he doesn't believe shit. You can tell by the way he's articulating his points in the debate with Ackman. He doesn't actually believe anything. He rips off what Reddit says or his comments. He doesn't have a real...
That's something too. The Ackman debate is really interesting, because in that debate he comes off as such like a petulant child. AndyPants does, because his points are, oh hey, look at this. You like games, Activision woke, DEI, like, dog, chill the fuck out. Like, that's not like, look at the person's history. Really interesting when you look at them critiquing the game companies that they still get invited to. Very weird. It's almost like you can be even-handed with your criticism, and you're still invited to things that AndyPants doesn't get invited to.
He's not gonna get those invites. He will not get the invites. Where even like someone like Ackman, who even if he criticizes a company, if he does it with a fair hand, with a steady hand, he will probably still get the invites. If I recall, AndyPants grills the Ackman over Battlefield 6, was it? And how taking that Activision money, and
yes, that was the exact thing.
And Ackman is just like, they invited me out because and this was even after he's made videos criticizing Activision, and they still fucking invited him to see shit. So it's like, what? You can be fair with your criticism and still have a good relationship with developers.
Exactly.
That you can do that. You can do that, shockingly enough.
Yeah, exactly. That people are saying that it was Payday specifically, that he brought up. Payday 3, because Payday 3 on
I thought
launch.
It was Battlefield 6.
Yeah, because like he said, yeah, I reviewed it. I remember this in the debate. It's like, I reviewed it somewhat favorably because, hey, Quantum with the 50.
Jesus Christ, Quantum.
Thank you, Quantum.
For Q suffering for having to research this, don't forget the frog's a gee.
I'm still researching. If there's gonna be a part 2, I'm still researching.
Oh yeah, there's definitely gonna be a part 2 because there's a lot of information that we still haven't covered. But more importantly, I think that's... I remember that Ackman said yes. I was told that the game was going to get better on release because we experienced issues and we were told we played an older build. So I made the review barring if they fixed it, which they never did.
I could have swore that AndyPants references Battlefield 6.
It could have been too. It could have been. There was multiple things that he referenced. Again, it sounded more like he was jealous that Ackman was able to get into things, than anything else. And that's like the weird thing. If you're gonna debate somebody because you're jealous about them, and you think, oh, because they're woke, they're getting into things, you're being really weird about it. You're just being really fucking weird.
Yes, I agree.
And it makes you look fucking strange.
Position.
Well, he does have actual positions. Like, Ackman will show some of them. Like, again, I can't stress this enough, that a lot of people, because I've been watching several, I've been keeping up. I'm recently recovering from surgery, so I've had a lot of free time. So I've been catching up on like what people are saying about this whole AndyPants debacle, and he's fooled everyone, and everyone's criticizing him for the wrong things. You can't criticize Andy's arguments. You can't criticize arguments he doesn't believe in. It's a waste of time, because he doesn't believe them. What you gotta go after is the hypocrisy and his values.
Because that'll expose truly like what he actually believes, not the character, not the persona.
Exactly. Going after the persona is useless. Go after the real person.
It'll be interesting to see the real Andy, I guess. So some of the chat are asking, and I'm just gonna ask on their behalf.
If chat has questions, I'll answer what I can.
This is obviously you can tell this is a very commentary community-esque sort of chat. So there's a lot of stupid questions, but one of them is one that I think is funny, and I believe I think it'd just be hilarious if it was true. Is he gay? Is he like closeted? I feel.
Chat.
No. He's definitely not gay.
Is he gay?
I mean, okay, yes, we can do that. Is he gay?
Chat. Is he gay?
Okay, so we're not going to show the video because we literally can't. Because we do, like, I don't think Falgi wants to deal with it. But there is a masculinity video that was covered by a couple people.
We can cover it one of these days.
I mean, notably Westside Tyler. He covered it, and he actually, I believe, he got that part of that stream demonetized because it had Saving Private Ryan music in it.
I mean,
and
I can just cut it out, or I can mute it when it comes up.
You can, but like he's talking about like how men should join the military and how to be a real man and all this whatnot. And I'm going to agree with Tyler on this one because I was in the military. And I'm like, Andy, I don't think you realize how many gay men are in the military. I don't think you know. Nobody's told him. So do I think Andy's gay? No, but I think he has a really weird, idealized image of what he thinks it is.
Yeah, it's just like, listen, I ain't gonna like front, like it's okay if he's not gay, it's okay if he's open to it. Who the hell knows? He probably listen.
Why are
Andy,
you not gay?
Andy, it's okay. Is he married? Is Andy married?
Apparently he is.
Andy,
supposedly he is.
Andy, Jim McGreevey was also married, former governor of New Jersey. He was gay. So it's okay. It's okay to be gay. Synthetic, if you want to link something, please do it in the Discord. Thank you very, very much. You can put it in the Discord and the drama talk. We have like a stream chat section. You could put it in there, and I'll have one of the mods look at it. Thank you.
Heterosexual, but
wait, Andy said that MGS wasn't gay. My brother in Christ.
Gay. Bro.
All you do in Sons of Liberty is flip. I'm Raiden flipping naked. It's fun. Look at the ass jiggle. It's the man is gay. He is gay. Oh yoy, what the fucking weirdos.
Let's just say there are people in his life that would be very disappointed if they found out what he was saying online.
Really? So
yes,
he has family. Got it. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine like doing that. Like I have a lot of like I've like criticized like here's an example, right? Like I have friends, family members that are part of the trans community, right? And I criticize couples. I would never use like actual hate of trans people while criticizing that because I have people in my life I care about. So like I can't imagine Andy doing that. I can't imagine another human being like just doing that for the grift because it's the easiest way.
People
to
love the grift.
It's sad.
Here's another aspect about Andrew.
Metal Gear, Metal Gay, Otacon.
Metal Gear's very gay.
Otacon. Would you like to have my Metal Gear?
My God.
Snake! Snake! Like, I had to listen to them both. Like side by side to do like a fun little thing. Yeah, Metal Gear isn't just like leftist. It's primarily anti-large government and anti-war.
Yeah.
And
But
it's also very
but
gay.
it is very gay. It's also very gay.
It's also not just anti-big government, anti-war. It's anti or it's pro-environmentalism, I should say. Like there's a lot of things Kojima says. Kojima has very interesting and nuanced points on nuclear energy that the games do cover, which, it's a sentiment that a lot of there's a lot of Japanese media that has very nuanced points of nuclear energy. I mean, that's fucking
Makes
look at
sense.
Godzilla. Godzilla is like quite literally originally anyways, the dangers of nuclear warfare and the aftermaths when you look at it. So it's a very interesting thing. But yeah, Metal Gear is gay. That's what the G in Metal Gear stands for. It's metal gay.
And, like, chat, because the thing, Andrew is a very sad story. Because as horrible as the things his AndyPants persona has said, the actual Andrew, it's a very sad story. He's been chasing internet fame for years. Over the years, he's made multiple YouTube channels. He's done multiple podcasts. He's made multiple Twitter accounts.
Guys. Don't chase the internet fame. If the internet fame finds you, that's great. You don't need to chase it. Sometimes you become famous for the wrong reasons. Don't do it.
Why I think this is sad. It's sad in a way. Like, you desperately wanted to feel heard in some way. That you wanted to feel validated, that you wanted your own sense of community, that you're willing to say anything or be anything in order to get that kind of followership or viewership in order to prop up your own sense of self-worth. Now, I could be like literally armchair psychology on this point, but like that's how it reads to me. It reads that you are so boring or you're so bland that this is the only sense of accomplishment that you have, is that you spent, as far as we know, you spent since 2017 chasing this dream of being YouTube famous. And I don't know whether it was because you wanted to be your own boss. I don't know if it was because you wanted to make PewDiePie money. I don't know if it was because you were just fucking lonely and you wanted friends. We don't know. We can't tell. But like, there is something inherently very sad about chasing it that badly that you're willing to change any aspect of yourself in order to fulfill it.
Yeah, I think that's like a really good way to put it. It's like, you change your content style, sure. That's changing with the times. People do that all the time. It's changing who you are or trying to lie about it. That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Passion for video games, and all his other stuff never took off. And so when something he made finally took off, he just ran with it, and he abandoned all principles.
I was screaming that in the beginning. I was like, it's obvious that's what happened. You had one video pop off, you looked at the viewership, and you were like, holy shit, clout, finally. I hit what I need to do.
And it's real sad, because he can make genuinely good videos. He still has, like, I highly recommend, if you go to his AndyPants gaming channel, like, if you guys want to watch a genuinely good gaming video, his immersive Sims video is a genuinely good video. Like, I can't critique him about that or anything. His immersive Sims, his video praising immersive Sims and how much he loves immersive Sims, it's a genuinely good video. But it never got the views he wanted.
So he essentially has just sacrificed everything that he essentially just sacrificed himself for the internet cloud.
Yeah.
That's it. That's pathetic. That's so fucking sad. I couldn't imagine doing that. That's just that just reminds me, like, an example, right? Like, just to bring it back to like something that I'm used to, right? So like obviously everyone knows about the Mr. Beast shit. I have an issue with people like Dogpack, Rosanna, and the rest of them. I think that there are things that they can be criticized for. I got a lot of shit.
Yeah, I think that's a very strong and powerful thing to say. That's like, just like losing who you are as a person is just for internet fame. That's really fucking sad. Like, we do this for fun. Fucking weird if you're like being like, I need to make it. I need to fucking make it. It's weird. It's very bizarre.
I literally don't mean I care for Falgi. He's a channel. I care for the others. But like, if we don't ever break more than 30 concurrents on a stream, it's not going to make or break my life personally.
We have.
I mean, I know, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Wow.
Here.
Guys, little guys, op heads.
We had like 50 on the Chris chain one.
Yeah, and then there was another one we got like 74.
Okay. I was saying 30 because I hadn't seen the other ones. I'm sorry.
I love you.
I'm just pulling your leg.
Yeah.
I know. What I'm saying is, like, it's for us. It's I guess for some, it's just not that important.
Yeah. No. Having viewership, it's if you actually like the medium that you do things in, it's nice. It depends, because it is nice to have people to listen to you. But I do think what matters more is just how you interact with your viewership, right? You can always tell when people are in it for the money. It's just how it works. Also, happy Thanksgiving to all of my Canadians. Thank you very much.
Oh my god, is it really?
Yeah, today is Canadian Thanksgiving.
Why did I think it was in October 20th something?
Because you suck.
I mean, Canadian holidays are weird.
Oh yeah,
right?
the Canadians, like, they're our top hat. What do you think?
Yeah.
Canadians are the top hat of America.
Thanksgiving is in November.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't, like, you guys stole our holiday and put it in a terrible place of the year. I don't know what to tell you.
For not going with the popular.
You were saying, Q?
I was just saying, I was going to say that October is meant to be spooky and not Thanksgiving, and I don't know why you're trying to put turkey in my fucking spooky time.
Yeah, why are you trying to put turkey in a spooky time?
Opinion, or like the easy opinion. I got a lot of shit for it, but I'm still trudging on. I haven't changed my morals and values because something's worked better for me. I've just been doing my thing, and then now you're telling me and confirming to me my suspicions that were earlier about Andy. I find that so sad, because I always try to put myself in other people's shoes, and I just I feel like if I was in Andy's position, I would just be depressed. Like, I wouldn't be able to be happy with myself. Jesus.
Well, again, he's in a difficult position. He's like, I can't share everything.
Right.
I can't share everything. There's some stuff I haven't even told Ackman because it's too personal about Andrew. God, I can't stress enough. Andrew, if you see this, scrub your shit, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That is a real plea.
I can't stress enough. The fact I shouldn't know about your significant others, but I do. Fucking scrub your shit. God.
That is so nuts.
Yeah. So my next question is kind of like more or less like speculation more than anything. Why do you believe he struck the Ackman? Do you believe it was a level of desperation, panic, or do you believe that he's not somebody that can handle criticism well at all? Or is this his first time handling criticism? Just from your analysis of watching
This is not his first time handling criticism over the years. He's dealt with criticism before, but I believe for him it was
Not
part
to
of
this
the
level.
character arc.
Yeah, I would say this level is really interesting.
Nothing from what I've seen. He has handled criticism before, and honestly, the level of criticism he's gotten has literally just been from like other council fanboy accounts. Like,
yeah.
Oddly enough, somehow JTech TV has some weird like antagonistic relationship with AndyPants. I don't know how that happened. And JTech TV is his own fucking story in itself. But yeah, like he's never had criticism to this level in particular.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely could be a weird thing.
For AndyPants, because he can't keep making the same video over and over again. Because if you actually watch all his videos about gay people, homosexuals, a lot of them are regurgitating the exact same thing over and over again, but he changes around the games he talks about. And I think Andrew knew that the AndyPants character just can't keep saying the exact same thing over and over again. He needs to switch it up. So his idea, these big YouTubers that I can leech off of, and ones that don't usually respond to criticism. He made a good call in like going after Skill Up and Bellular. They never respond to criticism, ever.
the
They were
guy.
good picks to go after. His mistake was going after Actman, because Actman
Yeah, as we
does go
covered.
after people that talk shit about him.
Bellular, that was
That was his biggest mistake. He assumed Actman wouldn't respond, but he did.
Yeah, that's the thing. Say what you will about the Ackman. I'm cool with him, but like I've had my own criticisms for him, like back in the quantum era shit. But like he does respond, like you stated, he responds, and I think like you're trying to get at is that Andy, the guy, didn't think that somebody was gonna come and clap back at him. Now he's scrambling, trying to look good to the audience that he's cultivated. In my position of saying your audience is gonna eat you alive once they find out who you.
Okay, so this is a really, really interesting point. And when we go through the part 2 of all of this, we're going to kind of go into a little bit of that. So that's a little spoiler. But your audience, when they find out that you weren't always the grift, or you struggled to keep the grift alive, they'll eat you alive very quickly.
It's not even the grift. It is, you are a true believer.
Yeah.
You are a true believer of the ideology that there are consultants who are trying to shove a certain ideology that promotes gays and minorities in games.
Yeah.
Like I could be far more nuanced in that satirical statement. I don't fucking feel like it.
I think the way you looked at it is very fine.
I mean, the wild part about my research into anti-wokeism specifically in the gaming space is that like there actually is inherently there is actually a point to be made, and that point you can agree and disagree at your leisure. But there is a valid point to be made. The problem is, it is worded so poorly and it gets buried by the opinions of chuds and, racist and sexist without having to say that you're racist and sexist, is that point gets buried. So no one really hears it. The other problem with that is because this point gets buried, the actual people who have valid criticisms of video game culture and what that culture means in video games gets drowned out and you don't hear it. There could actually be a valid debate or conversation to be had in how the gaming space and how developers operate and how they treat and include other types of peoples, whether that be someone of a LGBT persuasion, whether that is a minority persuasion. There is a conversation that can be had in how to include those types of cultures. The problem is it's never had, and the way that devs are doing it right now is not being done poorly. To give some small insight, my spouse works in marketing, and I've talked to her and I've had conversations with her specifically on accessibility, which is a whole other topic that the gaming commentary lost their fucking minds over, and largely because they don't understand what the word accessibility actually means. Because when you talk about what accessibility is in regards to general overall, they try to equate that definition to gaming, and it's not really what's being said.
Mm-hmm.
So there is an argument that the anti-woke people actually have, and it actually may be valid to have. Again, it's the same thing that happened with Gamergate, where what started as a conversation with ethics and journalism became something completely different and not relevant to the actual point.
100%, and that's what it is. I've discussed this. It's the anti-woke people. We discussed this during the Warhammer 40K stream. They get one thing right. Just if you don't like something, don't pay for it. But then they make it their ideology, they make it their identity, and it's like, if you don't like a product, or if you think the product is scummy, or if you think this, that, or the third, you don't have to pay for the product. You are telling people, you can explain to people, you don't have to pay for the product. But when you actively then just demonize the people who pay for the product, and then do this weird thing where you blame like the BlackRock or Sweet Baby Inc. or whatever the fuck company you want to blame, and it's like, oh, my company would never do this, then you just seem really weird and really like desperate. You're desperate for somebody to agree with you. You're desperate for people to notice you. It's a really weird thing to do.
Really are is ringing true more and more that you tell me these things. Like, they're not gonna like the real Andy when it's all out there.
No. Now, I personally believe, based on everything I know on Andrew, the copyright strike thing, he knew this would be bad. I believe he realizes the jig is up based on information, like based on DMs between actors.
I don't know. I don't agree with that. I think he's trying to milk it for as much as it is.
I would agree with that too.
I think that he doesn't care if the jig is up. Yeah.
Yes, and honestly, I think there's plenty of people that are going to follow AndyPants regardless.
Yeah,
I think his videos are still getting views.
There are times where being ostracized can be milkable. It's not a long-term strategy.
No,
I mean, someone like The Quartering is a really good example of this. It's not a long-term strategy because at a certain time, your audience phases out of you. Either they age out of you or they don't watch you anymore, or vice versa. And as they do that, because you've already ostracized yourself, you've limited the pool of people that you can interact with as an audience base. Now, this is something I understand as a creator. It's something I've looked up and researched into. Doing this kind of thing is a short-term boost, but oftentimes not a long-term endeavor unless you're like honestly speaking, unless you're like a Ben Shapiro kind of person whose entire persona, or like a Tim Pool, where your entire persona is reactable media. Like, people reacting to you is a part of your business strategy.
Yeah, and so Gamertron is going to make some kind of comment that he's on his Lolcow art. I don't know if I entirely believe that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do I think there's some validity to it? Yes. Yeah. But I also think that there are going to be enough people. There's going to be enough people that are going to continually watch AndyPants and have no idea that what he's saying probably isn't actually what he actually believes.
Yeah.
So I think he's still gonna have thousands of views, tens of thousands of views per video, because now he's already made it. Whatever anybody else says, they can just say, "Oh, well, they're just a fucking cope and seethe, and they're a cuck, or what have you." And that's how it's gonna. That's how it'll be until literally something massive enough comes along to destroy his channel utterly.
Right. Hey, Kat, how you doing over there, buddy?
We out here.
Okay. So I have to walk the dog. She is looking at me with the intensity of 1,000 suns.
Uh-oh.
Chat, be nice while I disappear. While dad is away and the kids play,
we on break.
Car crashes. Why am I on light mode all of a sudden? For some
I
reason, my
thought you
Google's
had
on
to-
light mode. It's never been on light mode. I don't know why.
I thought you had a thing in like 20 minutes.
I do, but I walked first. All right, folks. The Roblox car crashes are now. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
How you doing, Cat?
I'm studying at the same time as we're doing this.
How are you able to do that? How are you able to study and...
I'm in an accelerated program,
So
I need... I have to study at every moment.
This is also accelerated, where like you are listening to us talk about some rando YouTuber who is probably grifting, and you're also like, oh, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
It's like his dojo or something.
No. That's, physioanatomy was like a 4 months ago thing.
Okay, so
Right now, thyroid.
what are you doing now?
Right now, pathophysiology.
Pathophysiology, and what is that, Cat?
It's like physioanatomy part 2 electric boogaloo.
Oh yeah.
It's basically just imagine if physio had a defect. So right now I'm looking at things like diabetes, heart failure. Hold on. Where'd it go?
I will say that I also have a fondness for cat studying because I also took probably some of these courses when I was doing my own college work.
Yeah, so right now I'm like trying to shovel in pathophysiology, and when my mind just goes a little numb on patho, I just swap notebooks and begin studying like the cardiac rhythms, how to properly lead a 12-point EKG.
I hated having to read EKGs. I hated it. I'm glad I had to. The difference between me and Cat was Cat wants to do nerd shit. I was a lab. I didn't have to talk to people. That was a big difference.
I have a simulation lab on Monday, so I need to know hard stuff by heart. Tee and I need to know this like back of my hand, you know, like which part of the P wave goes missing. The QRS is fucked up. Why?
Are we
Y'all are cutting out.
Are we still cutting out? Let us know. Robot voices? How do we have robot voices? No! Shit. Killjoy said we have a robot voice. I have no idea. Let me listen.
You guys okay?
I don't have a robot voice. I just heard myself. I hate having to hear myself. That's fucking cringe. Better?
Yeah, it's like,
okay.
The robot voice is not something we can particularly control. This is coming from a other side. Yeah, so right now it's like
Oh, Cat, apparently you are cutting out. It's better? It's better now? Thank you, Cloudy.
Hold on.
Cat, what are you doing over there, buddy?
I have the stream open.
Oh, that might be. Oh, it was both of us? Okay. It was both of us. Okay, so we can now blame this on Falgi.
Maybe
Make sure to blame this on Falgi when he gets back. That it's his fault the stream is fucking up.
I'm gonna do that. Pause our stream. If it's on my end, that should help it a little bit. But no, yeah, it's like cardiac shit. Yeah.
To pause this over here on my end as well, because for all we know, yes, it was entirely Falgi's fault, and yeah, it was all on Falgi's end because he decided that his baby took precedence over us, the stream. So now we're having to compensate for Falgi. Falgi, bro, like, what are we gonna do? This video's ending, bro. We can't control this. We can't control what happens next. Like, what's gonna play next? I don't even know. I have no idea.
If I get a little too burnt out on pathophysiology and cardiac, I pull out my my pharmacology notes. I have a stack of index cards in front of me with random information, and I just go through that. That's what I've been doing all stream.
So when I was doing my college coursework, I had flashcards for the coagulation cascade. Yes, it is looping. Oh boy. I had flashcards around the coagulation cascade, and I can't remember a damn thing from coagulation coursework anymore, and because it absolutely fucking sucked. Absolutely fucking sucked. I also want to note that if Falgi's really leaving in like 15 minutes, that I'm not sure how much else we're gonna get done.
It takes us 3 hours to get through a 15-minute video. So it's probably just gonna be like, come in and we say goodbyes.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. But I also want to note we got through a decent chunk of a half-hour video.
Half-hour video in 2 hours.
We were pausing a lesser amount than we usually were, so I will consider it a win. I will consider it a net positive for us. And eventually, I am gonna make more. I want a bigger stream on other. I want to do a stream wholly on the anti-woke grift itself.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Opp Block. This is not. What do you mean? This is my XQC moment? Do I have an XQC moment?
You're a chair streaming. You're having a Hassan moment.
Okay. I mean, no, because I have you guys. I have you guys. That's not a chair moment.
I mean, it kind of is. You're the host.
Christ on a crack on a Christmas tree.
You're kind of having a Hassan moment right now.
Okay, listen. No, you welcome back. I am back. What do you mean, welcome back? Common Italian L.
Everyone was leaving. They were going to Diesel stream.
Well, you know what? With that being the case, maybe you guys should go to Diesel stream.
I'm not going. I'm here until you shut down.
Well, because I'm going to shut down a little early. Because Diesel is streaming. We're going to do a part 2 of this. Fair?
Okay. All right.
We're going to do a part 2 because I have something to do in a little bit. And so Diesel is streaming.
Cat did call. He was like, he's going to come back and we're going to leave, right? And I'm like, yeah, probably.
God damn it. Chat. Chat. I do have to do some things before I leave. I will cue Falgi. We need to talk.
We can do it.
And Space
later.
Marine. Yeah. Okay, so before we leave, I'm gonna put Diesel's thing in the chat.
Wait. So it's
going over a Nesion
again. Well, because it's now the Chris Hansen part about it. So everybody goes to Diesel's chat and ask him why are you gay.
Phobia left. I see Phobia over there. Oh no, that's fine.
Ask him why he is gay. Why is he?
Why is he gay? Why is he gay?
Why is he bisexual?
Why? Oh yeah. Why are you bisexual?
I'm gonna say that.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Why are you bisexual? Let's see what his reaction is.
Why are you bisexual? I'm not bisexual.
From Southfield.
Why are you gay? What happened? What happened in the Opp Block tonight? what up, op heads?
Again, court
oh, we love our Diesel. Everybody, thank you so much. Oh, don't see. God damn it. Thank you guys so much. It is time to end. Remember, chat. Why are you gay?
Thank you, chat. We appreciate
It
you.
is always a pleasure. Well, you gay.
Have a good night, chat.
Have a good night, chat.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye.